Well, I seem to be sitting in a dark corner here. Everything's so dark. What's going on? I don't know what is going on. I have no idea why it's so dark. Aha! Aha! It's changed. It's gone light. It's gone light. Thank you. Hiya, Chris. Couldn't understand what was wrong then. It was so dark. Oh, dearie me. Well, I'm here for the moment. We don't know how long I'll be here, but we'll be here for the minute. Hi, Samantha. Hi, Regina. A squirrel raid. Woohoo! I love squirrel raids. I thought I was broadcasting from a cave. I thought, what's gone wrong with my lighting? It's still not right, is it? It's quite bright outside, as you can see, so I don't know why it's so dark here. Anyway. Hi, Katrina. Another squirrel raid. Hi, Dinky Crash Jennifer. Oh, you're from the UK. Hello. Hey. Hello, Samantha. Hello, Katrina. Hello, Regina. Hello, Samantha. Hello, Sandra. And everybody else that I might have missed. Well, I've had an upset tummy all week. My IBS has been kicking me. Yeah. So I'm here at the minute, but whether I have to go, I'm calling the bathroom my room at the moment. Yeah. So, I don't know how long I'll be here, actually. Esther, the weather is, yeah, well, it's been raining and we've actually had thunderstorms today. So I'm still waiting for this promised heat wave. Yeah. What time is it? It's just gone 9 o'clock in the evening. Yeah. I'm having a great day. I'm trying to sort out my stuff out of here, trying to move things around in here. I've already knocked I drink black coffee, so I've knocked a mug of boiling coffee over my arm. And then today, when I was trying to make myself some tea, I burnt myself on the oven. So, definitely send me some. How long do I live stream? As long as I last tonight, because I've got a jippy tummy, so yeah. Usually I last about 2 to 3 hours, but it may be in jeopardy tonight, yeah. Yeah, it's 9 p.m. Well, 9:03 actually, if we're going to be precise, yeah. You can tell how bad I've been. I've not actually done any crochet for the last 2 days, yeah. You spilled a full cup. Oh, it must be our day, Chris. No, it's light, as you can see. It's light and bright here, look. It'll go dark in a little while, yeah. Yeah, I drink my coffee black, as you can't see, but I can show you there. So as I was coming through the door, I just went like that with it, and it went all over my hand. Hello, stupido. Yes, I know. What time does it go dark? Probably about another hour or something like that. Yeah. It's coffee abuse. It's not telling me what the temperature is today, actually. It usually is at the bottom of the screen, but it's not there at the moment. Hi, Nana Michelle. No, it's not telling me what the temperature is. It usually is at the bottom of my screen. But I don't know. It used to always be on here, but it's not. Since I changed my phone, my weather's not on. So let's type weather. It says it's 61 degrees F, but I doubt that. It doesn't feel that warm. So we shall see. Oh, I did manage to save about half of mine, Chris. I only lost about a half of it. Hi, June. Well, I've actually got my crochet, so I'm feeling very brave that I might actually get some done today. Didn't get any done yesterday, didn't get any done today. Hello, Trudy. I'll try and get it out. I don't know where my hook is, which is not a good start if you don't know where your hook is. Oh. Oh, I'm so organised, aren't I? Hi, Granny D. Granny D, I've lost my hook. Oh, dear. Oh. Brilliant. Lost my hook. I'll see if I've left it on the table. Which sometimes I do, but then I've been tidying up, so I might have actually tidied it away. Which is a bit of a stupid thing to do. Oh no, it's still here. It's still here. Success. Oh, I've gone dark again. What the heck's up with this thing? Success. Found it. Oh, this is as old as the hills, this. It's a very, very, very vintage pattern. Everybody wants the patterns that I've had for donkey's years, and sadly, sometimes you can find them on Etsy as downloads, but most times you can't because I've had them that long. But I don't like using new patterns because I just can't follow the damn things, yeah. Yes, we do have a squirrel raid. Thank you, Granny D, for mentioning me. It's always nice to have a mention, isn't it? What am I doing? I'm doing one of those hexagon cardigans. But I'm cheating. Instead of doing all the different colours, I'm actually using the boho wool that's got the colours in it. So I don't have to, keep sewing all the ends in. So I'm doing a cheat, really. I think actually I might have sold it because somebody has seen it already and asked me what size it is. So that's what it is. I think I might have to do some extra on the sleeves though. So we'll see how we go. I'm just doing a bit of extra on the front at the moment. So we'll see how we go. Miguel said he may not be on tonight. He doesn't know yet. So, but that's nothing fresh for Miguel. He's always busy. So apart from me doing my colourful granny square jacket, what's everybody else making? Oh, you're listening while you're sorting out, Connie. We don't mind. We don't mind. It's what most people do, isn't it? Well, I don't know about with a live, but most people do when they're watching a video. Is you're doing other things, aren't you? Because if you're like me, you at least you've got to be crocheting. You can't just sit and go at the telly, can you? Oh, thank you, Dinky Crafts, Jennifer. Yeah, it's nice to be appreciated with a thumbs up. I always try and give a thumbs up on the ones I watch these days because, it does help. Evening, Nathan. It does help to raise your profile. It doesn't do anything else, but it does raise your profile. It's not like you get a award, you get a sweetie every time somebody puts a thumbs up. It's not like that. Would be nice, wouldn't it, if we did? If we got a sweetie every time somebody did a thumbs up. But sadly, it doesn't work that way. All it does is raise your profile, yeah. You've just finished your bathroom basket tutorial and it's uploading. All right, Lulu. Or is it just Lou? Or is it Lulu? Oh, Lisa, I've just been dog sitting hour 2. My great-granddaughter's here with 2 of her friends, and because I've had an upset tummy all week, they were all going out for a meal. I did get invited, but no, regretfully. I love going out for a meal, but regretfully I had to decline. So I was dog sitting while they all went out. It was funny because I lost Rosie. I was panicking. I knew she couldn't get out of the garden, and yet I couldn't find her anywhere. And I'm shouting her name, and she's not barking or anything. She's not answering me, and I'm thinking, oh my giddy. And I know she can't jump the fence, but all things go through your mind, don't you? Where's she gone? Where's she gone? And eventually I thought, oh, look, in the summer house. She was in the summer house snaffling chocolate buttons, which she shouldn't be having because she's a dog. So we're just hoping that she's fine. Apparently there was only 2 or 3 buttons left in. Where I'm at, I'm in Fleetwood at the moment, Jennifer. I used to be in Manchester, but now I'm in Fleetwood. We moved here about 16 months ago, something like that. Oh, Chris, you're as bad as me. You sat there waiting for your coffee and you haven't turned the water on. I thought it was only me. You're half my age, yeah? I can call you Cindy or Lulu. I'll forget to call you Cindy. I've got the brain of a goldfish. It goes once round the bowl and it's forgotten it's been there, yeah? No, not Blackpool, Fleetwood. Down the coast. I'm not in Blackpool, thank God. No. Sorry to anybody who's from Blackpool. But it's not my favourite spot. We're the posher end, if you can say that. Although Fleetwood's not posh. It's not exactly the swinging metropolis here. I did go to a nice place. I went to, it's called Affinity now, but everybody still calls it Freeport, which is what it was called before. And it's nice there. Lovely shops, lovely cafe. More my kind of place, you know, a bit more upmarket. Am I a snob? Yeah, I think I am. I like upmarket. You know what I mean? Oh dear. Right, now how far do I do from in? Oh, my wool ball's falling to bits. It's 15 miles away and I wish it was further, Nathan. I go there as little as possible. I have to go there for things like the hospital because that's where that is. But apart from that, no. I don't wish to go. Yeah, I wish I was 150 miles away. Everybody says to me, oh, I bet you go to Blackpool all the time, don't you? I'm like, no. No, don't like the place. I suppose it's okay if you were going for a weekend or a holiday or something and you wanted some tacky fun, yeah? Hello, Proverbs 31. If you wanted a bit of tacky fun and a fun fair and some, you know, whatever, clubs and stuff. But to live there, no. Oh, the Vegas of the North, give over. If that's the Vegas of the North, I'm giving up. Oh, I'm getting warm now. It must be me coffee hitting the spot. I'm kind of making this up as I'm going along this. Fleetwood's, it's all right if you're not in the town centre. I like Cleveland's much better, actually. I'm going to have to take my cardi off for a few minutes. My coffee's making me hot. I like Cleveland's. I'm nearer to Cleveland's. My postal address is Fleetwood, but I'm actually closer to Cleveland's, which I go to most of the time. Fleetwood's a bit more scruffy, yeah. You love all the green. Where? Oh, the green. I thought you meant the green outside. That's what I miss living here. Green, grass and trees. I lived near piles and piles of trees, and I lived near a little river where I lived before, and I really miss. All I've got now is seaside, sea and concrete. There's no view, it's just sea and concrete. Yeah. Oh, I found my earring. Well, I didn't find it. My daughter-in-law found it. I searched my bedroom. I searched inside my dress. I searched inside everywhere. And then I went to the bathroom for one of my 1,000 trips a day. And it must have been inside my dress because my daughter-in-law found it on the floor. At least it didn't go down the loo. It could have been worse, couldn't it? Because it's my favourite earrings. I wear them all the time. Yeah, I love a bit of green, a bit of, how can I put it? A bit of scenery. I'd love to live near the sea if it was a bit like St Ives or Whitby or somewhere. Oh God, if the puppies had found it, it would have been a mangled mess or it would have been eaten. Yeah. Thank goodness my daughter-in-law found it first. I have got other earrings, it's just that this is my favourite pair. Hello, Kaz. Did you enjoy your birthday, Kaz? Did you have a nice time? I know you got some lovely presents, didn't you? It was Kaz's birthday in the middle of the week, in case anybody wants to say happy birthday to her. I think she's our only birthday girl today. Oh boy. I don't think anybody else's birthday to. We usually try to do a roll call if you're if you're new on here, of anybody who's had a birthday. Yeah. Oh, it was Joe's birthday, was it? Happy birthday to Joe then. Did you get your garden done, Kaz? That's what I want to know. Kaz has been trying to get her garden sorted out for months now. Have you got it sorted out yet, Kaz? You're ill with a bad cold. Well, it's better than me. I'm ill with, yeah, well, I won't go into it. Somebody might be eating the dinner. Oh, your grandson was born. 3.8 kilograms. Is that big or small? I don't know kilograms. I only know pounds and ounces. When anybody says, oh, you know, it's 3 point something, I said, can you tell it me in English? No, you've not had it done yet, Kaz. Oh, gosh. That's sad. You've been waiting ages. You'll have to get a cow or something, or a goat, is it, or a sheep or something, to eat your grass down. £8.9. Oh, that's a darn good weight, isn't it? It's a good weight, that. See, I would have thought that was small, because £3.8 kilograms sounds little to me. Right, how many rows do I need for the front? It's mostly edge to edge kind of thing, isn't it? £8.3. I'll tell my son that when he was born, he was the same as a gallon of water. No, he wasn't actually. He was £9.3, so he wasn't, was he? Oh. So have you seen the baby yet? Or is it living somewhere else? Have you managed to see it yet? I'm trying to work out how many rows I should do for a front. I would have thought 3, but then that finishes with a white. Oh, you'll be able to see him then, won't you? It's sad when you get grandchildren born and they're miles away. I'm trying to work out whether to finish on there or do another row and then it'll finish up with white. But then when I do my border, I'd have to start with a colour, wouldn't I? And finish up with a white. And I wanted to start with a white and finish up with a colour. Oh, decisions when you're not following a pattern. I think I'll leave it like that and do a white and a colour border. How to knit video? I don't, Nathan. I'm not a knitter. Well, I am a knitter, but I kind of know how to do it, if you know what I mean. Anybody know an easy how to knit video for Nathan? I'm sure there must be, because there's loads of how to crochet, isn't there? Oh, are you going to sell it? Ooh, you can sell it. That'll pay for the gardener, Kaz. Oh, there you go, Linda Simpson. I feel I should know that name. We'll try looking at Linda Simpson. The name sounds familiar. I don't know why. Right, let me have a little. Right, corner and start there. Gosh, my mum taught me how to knit when I was 5. Oh, get rid of it, Kaz. Get the money. Spend it on the garden. Pay for the gardener. My car stood in the driveway that long that it started growing a plant out of the door. So in the end, I got rid of it. Because I knew I wouldn't drive it. And I've never driven since I got rid of it. I've got my scooter back. Yay! Oh, that's good. That's a good swap, Kaz. Get your garden done. Yeah. Yeah, I've got my scooter back. So instead of going like that, I'm now going like that, which is doing my back a power of good. I felt like I was on Northeast, what do you call it? Like the Big Dipper. I thought I was on his Big Dipper when I was on that other blinking thing. It was so bumpy. Oh, well, don't knock it. If he's offered to do something, Kaz, it might be the start of something, offering to do more for you. So just make him a cup of tea and a cake. Just pamper him while he's there. Make him feel welcome. Not that welcome. Just make him feel welcome. La, 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 la. Well, I've got no chocolate tonight because of my stomach, so I have got some treats. So I've got an Nature Valley. I've got told to leave off wheat. I had to go to the, I think you call it urgent care. We call it walk-in centre because I was so bad last week. Well, the beginning of this week. So he told me to stay off wheat. So this is oats. So it's like eating cardboard, to be quite truthful, but if it settles my stomach. Oh, you break them up with milk? Yeah, well, I can't have... Well, I've gone on to... I'm trying oat milk. Trying oat milk. My daughter-in-law insists that almond milk is nicer, but as I don't like nuts, I don't know whether I would like almond milk. Oh, it's nice to think he's looking after you, Kaz. Oh, look at that. My arm's waving goodbye. No, he's told me to follow this diet, but I don't think I can. Yeah. Hey, yarn buff. Hello. Tell you what, I've lost £4 this week, but I know it'll come back. It's just fake weight loss, isn't it? Because I'm not eating. I don't recommend it as a diet. Don't recommend it. I mean, I've had IBS for many, many years, but not like this. That's why I was convinced it was something other than, yeah. But it wasn't, apparently. I tell you what, though, I was with him over half an hour. He was brilliant, this guy. I mean, you know, doctors today, you're like in and out, in and out. But he was great. He went through all the tests. My blood sugar was normal. My blood pressure was normal. My blood sugar's not been normal in donkey's years. I'll go to him, I think, again. And he said, you know, your sugars are normal. I thought, whee, yay, I like him. Because normally it's like, you've been naughty. All I get off my diabetes nurses. You've not been doing this. You've not been doing that. It's fake though, isn't it, Kaz? You know very well we're going to put it back on again. I'm going to have to wind this yarn bath up. I can't crochet with it like that. You know, when you get a certain place and it just all falls apart, your ball. Yeah, it's a good job I can't hear you. I've got a cough though, Kaz. I've got a cough. And I'm also not sleeping. Anything that comes between me and my sleep is just not on at all. Put the bags under the eyes. Oh, shocking. I need me 8 hours otherwise, you know. I'm not nice to be near. I get crabby. Oh, well, I never heard from that woman who's got that craft shop in Liverpool. I sent her an email and I sent her the video that I've made of, you know, the things I've made recently. Not heard from her. She is supposed to be coming to the craft fair next Saturday, so we'll see how it goes. I'm not taking a bucket full of stuff this time because, you know, I don't think I'll sell that much, but I'll take a couple of bags with me, you know, just to be on the safe side. I'm just going to take my summer tops and that. I'm not taking anything else. Well, I wasn't took coffee and I just woke up about 2 o'clock and then that was it. I couldn't get back to sleep. So I'd only had about 2.5 hours, that's all. And then I fell asleep again for about another hour when I should have been getting up. Oh, hello, who's here? Hello, Rosie. Hello, Trixie. Hello, girls. Hello, sweetheart. Are you supposed to be in here? I thought you were supposed to be with Mama. Eh? Rosie came in. And Trixie's here now. She's looking to see if she can find another button because she found a wooden button yesterday. I'm going to shut the door now, otherwise I can hear the telly upstairs. Well, I've wound my yarn bath up. It's now in a little bowl. Just one moment while I go and shut the door. The dogs are out. I think both of them have gone out now. Uh-huh. Oh. Right, I've shut them out again. See, there's my dress. Look, it's green. And it goes to green again at the bottom. I traded these dresses. I crocheted a full-length cape with a hood on for a lady who was like a folk singer in Scotland. So I traded. She gave me 3 of these dresses. We swapped. I gave her the cape and she gave me 3 of these dresses. That's going to be my next project. Not for me. I bought it from eBay. No, I didn't. I bought it from Etsy. I don't think I like the multicoloured one. I think I like it in the one colour. Summer bralette, it's called. That's what I want to do next. For the craft fair, not for me. It's been a long time since I wore anything like that. I probably would if I went on holiday abroad where they don't know me. I probably would wear it then. Knitting isn't complicated, Nathan. I just find it a lot slower. But I must admit, I do like the look of it for certain things. You know, I mean, if you're knitting different things, they're so much nicer, I think, in knitting. But I just haven't got the patience to knit these days. Plus, it hurts my shoulder. Just keep remembering in, over, through, off, in, over, through, off. It's from a pattern. It is sort of a pattern. Hi, Rebecca. Oh, I can't think who it was. It was on YouTube anyway. It's done in white and all different colours on YouTube, but of course I cheated to use this, you know, multicoloured because I couldn't actually be bothered. I do love knitting, Kaz. It's slower and also it hurts my shoulders now. But as you know, I have knitted myself 3 cardigans this year, only plain. It's like everything, Nathan. It is easy when you know how. God, I think they're dancing the fandango again upstairs. Oh, somebody's going out. Do, do, do. Oh, thank you, Nancy. Yeah, I've been knitting since I was 5. I knitted a pair of mittens with my mum's help because I couldn't do the thumb. Oh, it's the girls going out. Oh, 2 of the girls going out. There's actually 3 of them. But 2 of them have gone out. They actually went in the sea this morning. Brave souls. Yeah, the casting on does take a bit more. But it's like with crochet when you have to learn that fancy crochet. You know, that I have to look it up every time. You know, that sort of chainless crochet edging that you do that finishes up a bit stretchy. Doris Chan uses it all the time. I always have to think, how do I do that? And I have to look up. Yeah, I've got all my Doris Chan books in one place now. I've got all my Christine Omdell, although I've never made anything out of Christine Omdell's books, I must confess. Everything she makes is fine and very, very lacy. I haven't got the patience for fine and lacy. Not got the patience. I actually bought the wool from one of them. It cost me a bomb because it was wool, you know, proper wool. So I did. I actually bought the actual wool. And I thought, you barn pot. You barn pot. Oh, silly twit. Silly, silly girly. You've done one thing too short. 1, 2. There's only one there. Oh, I'm such a fool. I'm such a fool. Luckily, it's only one row I need to pull back. Oh, that's the beauty about crocheting. I mean, if you go wrong, you've only got one stitch, haven't you, to pull back. Whereas when you're knitting and you go wrong, you've got everything, yeah. Yeah, it does help when you can. I mean, half of my hooks and stuff are in the shed. I've got my working hooks in here, but my knitting needles are all in the shed. So every time I want to knit something, I've got to go in the shed and look for them. But still, my dream is to sell some of those garments in the shed, and then I can actually get in there properly. I mean, I can't get in it, don't get it wrong. I can get in, but I can't craft in there because there's not enough room. There's just enough room for me on my chair. Still, right, I've got to pull this white robe back because I made a boo-boo. I made a boo-boo. You want to learn to knit socks? Oh, God, that's soul-destroying, Nathan. I knitted socks. I've got a drawer full of socks I never wear. I never wear the darn things. I had a passion for knitting socks. I bought loads and loads and loads of sock wool. Knitted the socks and never wear them. I don't like the feel of them on my feet. No, it's my cardigan I've just took off, Nancy. Just taking it off because I was getting a bit hot for a change. I'm usually cold. No, it's a chunky cardigan I made many moons ago. Like everything in my life, it's a vintage, which annoys people no end because they want to know where the pattern is and I can't tell them. I'm just a vintage girl. Fortunately, like Etsy sometimes has copies. Oh, in the back. Yeah, that's my card. Oh, which cardigan? This cardigan. Yeah, it's a cardigan, that. It's a Lister's pattern. It's a very old one. Seen as Lister's have been out of business since Adam was a lad. So it is a very old one. Right, I need to start up here instead of down there. I love vintage. I can't wear actual vintage clothing because it actually doesn't fit me because I'm too big to wear the original vintage clothing because everybody was a lot tinier in those days, as was I. So I have to upscale a lot of my vintage patterns. Yeah, I wish I could wear knitted socks, but I don't know why, they just irritate my feet. I've got neuropathy, so you would think I wouldn't be able to feel them, would you? But I can feel them. Z's on, where's Z? Where's Z? Oh, hiya, Z. I didn't see you, you crept in. That's my favourite grandpup, Z. I love her little doggy, her little grandpuppy doggy. He's so cute. Send him over to the UK, Z. I want him. Yeah. I've got my own scruffy monkey. Rosie, she's called. She's a rescue dog from Romania. Well, she's not mine, but you know what I mean. What am I working on? I'm working on one of those, what do you call them? Hexagon jackets. Hexagon jackets. That's what I'm working on. A hexagon jacket. But I just went wrong, so I've just had to pull it back. Yeah, it is sort of like the campfire, but I think the campfires are usually a bit thicker, aren't they? I've got 2 campfires in the shed ready to sell, but I've made those with hoods on, and they're in darker colours. They're more like an outdoor jacket. Hey, one of my friends saw this and she said, "Oh, I'd like it with trousers." And I'm thinking, she doesn't want trousers in like this, does she? A bit jazzy, isn't it, for trousers? I have got loads of vintage crochet patterns for trousers back in the day, me and my vintage patterns. But I've made shorts, but I've never actually made trousers. I've never really had the figure for crochet trousers or crochet shorts for that matter. I made the crochet shorts for other people. Kaz is ill with the cold and I've got my IBS. And I've got a touch of your trouble, Z, with my fingers not working. How's me back? We don't talk about it. Like you don't talk about your fingers, I don't talk about me back anymore. It's there. Hi, Miguel. You're on your way out again. Well, whiz by then. No, I've got numb fingers. I think it's actually carpal tunnel. But my fingers are numb. Matches my brain, doesn't it? My brain's numb, so the fingers have come out in sympathy. I know you're a lady of leisure now, aren't you? Poor but at home, is he? What you say, the hours are great, but the pay's rubbish, isn't it? Mine's not rheumatoid arthritis. Mine's arthritis, but not rheumatoid. Yeah, the hours are great, aren't they, Z? Pay's rubbish. I used to be a lot faster crochet than I am now. I've slowed down considerably. While I'm at knit club and I'm in the company of a load of newbies, then I am a fast crocheter. But when I'm with people who do crochet, I watch a lady called Star Lily Creations. She is so fast. My God, she churns out fantastically coloured jackets and everything. I know Z knows who I mean, don't you, with Star Lily Creations? Jen Cherry, yeah. She is so fast. She's got the lifestyle I want. Going round America with a little camper caravan, selling her crochet in all these craft fairs. Hippie kind of lifestyle, yay! You're still getting stress from your supervisors? I thought you'd left. No, it's awful when you have to work and you've got pains. Miguel was passing through. He's gone out again, so he might not be there. He might not answer you. Yeah, the last year of my working, oh my God. They drove me nuts, so I know what you mean. My supervisor was so unsympathetic. Yeah, her patterns are for slender people, not for chunky monkeys. I have made a couple of her jackets, though. I want to make the one that's got all the crisscrossing at the back, but I haven't even attempted it yet. I bought the pattern ages ago. And I bought the pattern that's like a teardrop, you know, it goes to one side. Not for myself, but I just thought it might sell. Yeah. Of course we've got flat tummies when we lie down, Z. Yeah, Z's got my trouble. Her best friends move away, don't they, Z? But at least you've got the car. You have got a chance of going to see them. I haven't seen Sue in about 12 months now with COVID and everything. Oh, you still got it, have you, Z? I didn't think you'd still have it. Yeah, I can't afford the postage anymore now, Z. You know what it's like. Postage to the US is just terrible. I don't even enter any giveaways if I know they're in America because I just think it's not fair. 2 hours away, oh. My best friend is in Scotland, which is about 6 hours away. And she's not been poorly, but her husband's not been well, so that's why I haven't seen her. He's got a bad back, he's waiting for an operation. So that's why I've not seen Sue. I need to start, yes, Seta, yeah. I need to start watching more videos again. I've missed watching Seta and Claudia. And that other lady, she called Pamela, the one who has her hair scraped right back. I love sending packages, see, but we've got to cut our cloth according to our means, haven't we? We haven't got the money. We haven't got the money anymore. I spent all my money on this house. Sold one house, bought another one, and it needed such a lot doing to it, so I've got no money left at all. And then I bought them. Well, I didn't buy it. I put it on my credit card, which is a bit daft. A folding scooter, and I still owe about 600 on that. You know, just keep your fingers crossed for the lottery, yeah. Oh, how nice. I wish I had a crochet friend I could go and sit with all day long. That's what I miss here. I miss having a really good crochet friend, you know, that lives around here. I've got some lovely crafting friends, but a lot of them, they sew and they do beautiful patchwork jackets, and they've got embroidery machines and beautiful embroidery and stuff. But there's not as many who just crochet. I joined a singing group. Don't laugh because I can't sing. But one of the groups I've joined, it's in a church, and there was a lady there, and she had a crocheted bag, and I'm like this, and I said, "Excuse me, staring, but I'm just looking at your bag." And she said, "I've got another one as well." She said, "With granny squares." I said, "Oh yeah, my kind of thing, my kind of bags." I know we live miles away from each other, and I don't have any transport cars, and neither do you, so it's not as if we can pop over and see each other, is it? People in America, they go miles and miles to see people, but your roads are so different to ours. Our roads are like little windy, even our motorways are not like yours. So it takes us hours to get from A to B here. You know, people will say, "Oh, she only lives 20 miles away," or "She only lives 40 miles away." It might as well be the other end of the world because, you know, our public transport is terrible and it's very expensive, and they're on strike at the minute, trains. And also for me to, hello, Juanita. For me to actually get to the train to go anywhere, It's just murder. Hey, Juanita! How's the garden? Now, if you were in Yorkshire and I was still in Manchester, that would have been all right, Jennifer. But I've moved. I moved to the bottom end of the world, yeah. I moved to the dark side of the world. I know, it costs a lot for the postage, doesn't it? I think that when I've got friends and I think, oh, I could send such a body such a thing, and I think, oh my God, it's another 20 quid for the post. So it's not only the cost of what you've made for somebody, it's the cost of the blinking post. It's ridiculous. You're lucky in America because you have this flat rate, don't you? You know, you have a flat rate package or something that we don't have over here. We have everything is by weight and size. You've never had Happy Mail? Oh, cars. I'll have to get round to it. When I've finished doing for me craft fair, Kaz, I shall have to get round to it. Not saying what it'll be, though. Who knows? Oh, I've lost me ball of wool. Does your grandpa Z run off with your balls of wool? We've got one that pinches slippers, shoes, wool. You're Billy No Mates? Well, I'm Billy No Mates now, since I moved here. I'm trying my best to make friends, yeah. That's why I joined the singing group, even though I can't sing. I can't hold a note in a bucket, as my dad used to say. Does your grandpup run off with your balls of wool? Or shoes or slippers? Because ours does. She's a demon. Take your eyes off a pair of shoes and they're in the garden. Hi, Denise. Oh, God, yeah. My son's socks are always in holes because she chews them all. I don't wear socks, so I'm quite safe, but she runs off with my shoes. She's chewed 2 pair of sandals up so far. Well, 3 pair if you call my daughter-in-law. She's chewed my daughter-in-law's sandals up. She's chewed mine up, pair of mine. I have to keep them in a box now and hide them because otherwise they're in the garden chewed. I think she's got a foot fetish, Rosie. I told you earlier on I lost her today. I let her out the back garden and she just vanished. And they'd gone out for a meal and I'm thinking, oh my God, I've lost her. She must have gone over the fence. She must have gone somewhere, shouting her and she wasn't barking or doing anything. And in the last minute, I looked in the summer house and she'd managed to open the summer house door and she'd gone in there. And of course, the door had swung to and shut her in. I used to look after my late neighbour's dog, Buddy, and he used to take everything into the garden. Everything he could find went into the garden. Slippers, shoes, toys, anything, tea towels, towels. And I used to have to go and look all around the garden. Are you trying to tell me that I sent you to sleep, Z? Somebody else said that. You should read bedtime stories. The hand-dyed wool. I've still got some hand-dyed wool, but like you, I don't wear wool. I've still got to find a pattern for the wool that oh, I've forgotten his name. I was going to say Dennis, but he's not called Dennis, is he? Daniel gave me, yeah. Read them for you. Oh, Lord, yeah. I send everybody to sleep. I don't. I've got the shed. I've got my she shed now. Got a shed in the backyard, much to my son's dismay. But I got rid of about 2/3 of all my yarn. Couldn't bring it with me, there wasn't room. So I parted company, gave it all away. Gigi passed away about nearly 2 years ago now. He had a heart attack. Yeah, my little Gigi. Oh, I love that doggy. He wasn't mine, but I just loved him. Yeah, he passed away. Luckily, I wasn't still looking after him. It was when it was the COVID and they were off work, so I didn't have him. Yeah, he's with Buster, and we lost Poppy as well. We lost Sky, and we lost Poppy, and we lost Buster, and we lost Gigi. So now we've got a French bulldog called Trixie Belle, or as I call her, Snuffle Pig. My son calls her Rhino Rabbit. And then we've got a rescue dog called Rosie. She come from Romania, yeah. Oh, it was sad when you lost the old man, yeah. He was such a character, wasn't he? Gigi was a little so-and-so. He hated everybody except me. Every time anybody came in. And he hated my son. He used to bite my son's shins when he walked in the house. But he was such a cuddle bunny. I miss that. I miss him sitting on my knee and cuddling up, you know. I really, really miss that. Yeah, we lost two, well, a Rottweiler and a Rottweiler cross. Sky was a full Rottweiler. Poppy, we lost Poppy after we moved here. She had cancer, sadly. And we took her to the vet to see what was wrong with her, and she was having an exploratory operation, and she passed away on the operating table. But it's as well, really, because if they'd have revived her and given her back to us, we would have had to put her down anyway because she had this cancer running through her body. They should last longer, shouldn't they, dogs? Yeah. They should. They go too soon, don't they? We get used to them, don't we? And they're part of our lives, and then they sadly have to die. I mean, thankfully, Rosie's she's about 14 months, I think, now. And the little one's about 7 months, I think. So hopefully they're here for a while. Yeah, you got Woozy. And you've got what's Grandpup's name? His real name? You only call him Grandpup. I'm sure he's not really called Grandpup. Oh, we couldn't have let her suffer. I had to put Buster to sleep. It broke my heart. But his back legs went and he couldn't walk at all. I know Shad just lost his dog, you know. He was getting older, or she was getting older. I don't know if it's a he or she. And he was very upset. They are when you know, especially when you live on your own and they're your constant companions, yeah. Grandpup's real name is Papas. Oh. And you're being a grandma again? Is it one of the boys this time, Z? Well, it's not one of the boys who's pregnant, obviously, is it? But you know what I mean. I'm calling him. I'm calling him. I want him. He's lovely. So who's making you a grandma again, or a nanny, or whatever you want to be called? Dee dee dee. I know, you miss them all the time. I miss my cats. I know it sounds daft, but I had a cat for about 30 years. He was a horrible cat. He bit everybody and scratched everybody, but I loved him, yeah. Oh, little girl. Oh, because you've got one girl, haven't you, and two boys, haven't you, so far? A little girl. Have you been making blankets? Yeah. Well, this one will be a bit closer, won't you? Unfortunately, you don't see much of the others, do you? Mind you, one of them, she's grown up now, isn't she? She's been with you since she was little, but now she'd be. Your baby's 28 years old. Lulu is now in the kitchen talking with your husband. Oh, well, you have to talk to them sometimes, Lulu. You know, they are part of the house, aren't they? Sadly, you do have to speak to them from time to time, yeah. Tink's 15. Oh, my goodness. I can remember her being on your channel when she would be about 5 or 6. Oh, yeah. When they get that age, they lose. I used to have to nag my son to go and see his grandma when he got to about that age. They've got other things to do, haven't they, you know? I used to have to say, you know, go and see your grandma, go and see your grandma. Oh, do I have to? Do I have to? They soon forget, don't they? My baby's 52, which means I was a child bride. She lied. Definitely. I mean, you were a child bride, Z. I wasn't. I was 22 when I got married. Still young. Still too young. Oh, I got treated to, yeah, I got treated to one of Trixie Bell's farts. If you never owned a French bulldog, Nathan will tell you. Boy, do they smell. Yeah, you're 30, yeah. I think I'm 40, Z. I think I'm older than you. In my head, I'm still 40, but my body says I'm 96. You know, when you get them flare-ups and that, yeah. You get the flare-ups in your fingers, I get the flare-ups in my back. Yeah. That's not rheumatoid arthritis. At least I don't have that. I just have arthritis. But it's bad enough. Bad enough having arthritis. You should know that ladies never age, Nathan. That's why you never ask a lady her age, because she always lies. Yeah. When you get to my age, actually, you start bragging. I'm nearly 77, you know. My mother was the same when she got in Sort of later 80s, she was nearly 90. Oh, thank you, Lou. You can be my best friend. Oh, you're still a spring chicken, Kaz. I know the feeling. My hands don't cooperate. Like I say, I don't suffer with rheumatoid, but I still suffer with arthritis. I have the, look at that, the fat knuckles like you do. The big fat knuckles, especially that one. That one is bent, really sore. You got ID'd in Poundland. See, that diet of yours is working. Nathan has lost so much weight, I'm fed up with him. Only joking, Nathan. I'm just so jealous. I'm so jealous, but I'm too lazy to do anything about it. Poundland is a bit like your Dollar Tree. And sometimes they have wool. Yeah. Yeah, my knuckles have got arthritis, and it doesn't help because I trapped that one in a taxi door. So that's the reason that one is poorly. 1, 2, 3, and then corners. 1, 2, 3, and then corners, yeah. Yeah, it's a bit like Dollar Tree, only we don't get as much. Like a lot of things are not £1 anymore now. They sell yarn, sort of, don't they, Kaz, but not a great selection. I can't get over when, people put videos on of their Michaels and stuff like that, and I'm like, God, we don't have anything. You're so spoiled for choice. When you said you went on that yarn crawl, but there was nothing on sale. I mean, we couldn't go on a yarn crawl here. I could go on a yarn crawl to 2 shops, I think, and they're only little shops, and everything is full price. There's no sales, no nothing. I have to go online, really, if I want any cheap wool. So did you buy anything, Nathan? Did you buy any? We don't even have a Hobby Lobby. We don't have anything like that. So you're so lucky, really. You can go all over the place and you go in these big stores and you get all these bargains and stuff. Well, you do look like a baby, Nathan. Come on, let's face it. But don't knock it. I used to look like a baby when I was in my 20s and my 30s, but sadly, gravity and the age came and got me. They're only 50-gram balls, though, Z. They're not like your 350-gram balls. Oh, I was watching. She's American. She's called Erin B. She got some wool from I think it was Hobby or Hobium. Oh, and it was gorgeous. It was like chunky and everything with sparkles in it. But honestly, it was on offer at £5.50 for a ball, which is a lot. It's supposed to be like £7 for a ball. I was looking at it thinking, yes, well, I won't be buying that. Yeah. Hobby was it, yeah. She said, I'm doing a collaboration with Hobby. Nobody wants to collaborate with me. Nobody sends me anything. Yeah, I saw the shrug. You could make that, Z. That's just up your street, that. I like them with more front, though. They're all right if you're young and slender, aren't they? And you can make something with 2 balls. When you get to my size, it looks more like a blanket with sleeves. Tell you my birthday suit. Hobby, yeah, we've got Hobbycraft, but it's not cheap, is it? And we've also got a bacan, but that doesn't do cut price wools. Yeah, mine's like a blanket with arms. Oh dear. Oh, to be. It's my own fault I'm not slim. I can't shut my mouth long enough to stop eating. Is Chris making your birthday dinner? I don't know. Chris, he was making a cup of coffee last time. I heard from him. Perhaps that's all you're getting, Kaz. You're not getting any birthday dinner. You're only getting a cup of coffee. You're making breakfast? Why, what time is it? I keep telling I'm a big bone, but it doesn't work. It's not bones with me. It's that word that begins with an F, you know, fat. Yeah. You're not supposed to say that anymore, are you? Supposed to say obese? I think obese sounds 10 times worse than saying I'm fat. Yeah. I'm just a fat lass. Can't lose it. A birthday striptease? Oh, I don't know whether we're ready for that. Fat as in fabulous. Yes, we're definitely fabulous, yes. Bigger is better. That's what I keep telling myself. As long as we've got clothes to cover us, what does it matter? You always look good anyway, Z. You never look scruffy. You're not like those photographs from Walmart, are you? You know what I mean? Do they really exist, those people in America, or do they just look and find them? You know, do people really walk around Walmart looking like that? I've seen you on your videos, but maybe I only see the bottom, the top half of you. Well, you only see the top half of me. You don't see the bottom half of me. Ooh, run out of wool. Hey. As long as we can try to stay smart, that's the best way to be. As I say, I don't know whether the people in Walmart really look like that or whether they just find the ones that do. But when we see those photographs in the UK, we think, does everybody look like that in Walmart? Why, as my dad used to say, the sights you see when you don't have your gun. Yeah. The ocean's that away, about 6 houses that way is the sea. I'm right next to the sea. Yeah. Oh, the new leggings. And they're never slim, are they, when they wear those new leggings? They're always big ladies that wear nude leggings. And it's not a pretty sight, is it? Yeah, it's clouds that you can see. It's going to be sunset soon. I'll have to put the light on very soon. But I do live right. I can actually hear the sea. I can't actually see the sea. No, I'm downstairs. I'm in a bungalow now. Yeah. The clattering is all upstairs. That's where my son and daughter-in-law live. They live upstairs. Yeah, about 6 houses that way is the sea wall. I can't see the sea because we've got a big high sea defence. Oh, look at that, wobble, wobble. So I can't see the sea, but I can hear it, yeah. Well, when it's high tide, I can hear it. No, nude leggings, I think they're disgusting, aren't they? Especially when they're big girls. See-through, oh, I know. What is it with these no pants? I know they don't want a visible panty line, but I'd rather see a visible panty line and have the security that they're actually wearing a pair, yeah. That was my phone, by the way. Oh, it was my ex-neighbour. I'll just answer his text. He's 90, so I'll answer him, yeah. I've lost him now. It's one of my ex-next door neighbours. Not next door. And both his mum and dad have died, and his other brother didn't even tell him. I think it's disgraceful. I knew they'd fallen out, but I mean, I think not to tell your brother that your mother and dad have died. It's not nice, is it? I'm going to have to put the light on now. Look at the sunset is coming. It's going darker now. We have some spectacular sunsets over here. Yeah, I think that's awful. His brother not even telling him. I mean, it was March and April his parents died. And I knew they'd fallen out, the two brothers, but still, that's just not right, is it? When, you know. Oh, he's asking me what did I mean. Just answering them. Leg with no hose on. I know where I've not worn any tights. I wear thick tights in the winter, you know, the warm ones. But I don't wear ordinary tights. Can't be bothered with them. Like being strangled, isn't it? Yeah, I'm going to have to put the light on soon. It's getting darker. Can I see what I'm doing? I used to have 2 email addresses, but the other one seems to have vanished into the ether. So if anybody's sending me any messages to that one, I won't get them anymore. I think I was locked out of my own account somewhere. Well, I've gone all the way round now. My neighbour said, "Is there skeletons in the cupboard?" There's probably skeletons in that house. Ooh, 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 ooh. You've got bright blue sky. Look at ours. It's going bluer and darker, bluer. I'm going to put the light on and I'm going to draw the curtains because I don't like sitting here in a goldfish bowl with anybody, not as anybody walks past here. It's what I miss here. You know, they don't neighbour. Nobody walks past and goes hi through the window like they used to. I knew everybody on my street and they all used to speak to me and chat to me and wave to me. Here, I don't know who. I know next door that way and I know one across the road and that's it. And the one across the road's moving, so that'll be the end of them, won't it? Right, it's going darker and darker, so I need to put the light on now. Oh, geez, every picture tells a story. Oh, oh, oh. Boy, am I getting old. Oh. Oh, I'll put the light on that Kaz likes. Well, I will if I can find her. Oh, there it is. My daughter-in-law's tidied up. So I can't find anything and I can't find the plug. Hey. Talk amongst yourselves, I'll be back in a minute. I put my sparkle light on. There we are. Let there be light. Let there be light, and there was. These here don't neighbour. They don't neighbour at all. They really don't. I say hello to next door but two, but only because they've got a dog, and the dog decides it likes to live here. Every time they let it out and our front door's open, it comes in here. $4.20 tattooed on his. Was that his price on the time? I'm going to eat one of my dog biscuits now. They're actually called Nature Valley Crunchy. But they're, as you can see, they're rather like dog biscuits. You know. I mean, I used to make flapjacks when I lived at home. I keep calling the other place at home. I used to make my own flapjacks, but I haven't done anything since I've been here. Oh. They put me through. Oh, it's like eating a dog biscuit, Lou. They put me through all the psychoanalysis or whatever it was about a gastric band. And I kept telling them I didn't want one. And in the end, I had to say, look, I'm not coming anymore. Why do you have to go and see a psychiatrist when you're having a gastric band? We want to know the reason why you overeat. I overeat because I like food. I don't overeat, I just eat all the wrong stuff. I eat very little, actually, but you don't need to eat a lot if you're eating something that's loaded up with calories, do you? So I don't have a big meal. I'm not one of these people that has a massive meal. And I don't go to McDonald's or anything like that. I didn't want a gastric band. What, are you struggling to eat it or are you struggling not to eat it, Nathan? My neighbour that I was talking to said he's 86 and he's still got all his marbles. Oh, cravings. Oh, gosh, tell me about it. I get cravings for all the wrong things. I get mad cravings for chocolate. I can go 2 or 3 days without eating any chocolate. And then once the urge gets me. 37-hour fast. Oh my God, I'll be dead. You can't do fasting. Do you remember when I sent you chocolates, the knitted all melted in the sun before you got to it? The postman put the parcel, didn't he, around the side of your bin or something? Yeah, I sent Z a load of chocolate. I forgot how hot it was. And the postman left it like on the porch or left it on near the bin or something, and she didn't see it. It was in the sun and it had all melted. That's one thing I don't like. Mac and cheese. No. I just cannot. Hello, Enid. Where have you been? You're late. I know Americans absolutely adore mac and cheese. I don't like it at all. I don't like spaghetti or anything. All the kids outdoor. I've not heard of that. See? The only time I don't eat is when I'm really off. I haven't eaten much this week. I've lost £4, but it's not the way you should. Oh, God. Nathan, I can't do fasting. Manny, you're not diabetic anymore. I was just going to say you shouldn't fast when you're diabetic, but you're not diabetic anymore. I made another one today with my niece, when she came about 2 or 3 weeks ago, she presented me with this bag that said Thai food tea bags on it. And I thought, oh, she brought me tea bags for I don't drink tea. Then she said, look in it. And they were all little dresses and little things that I'd made for their Cindy's and their Barbies. I mean, she's 40-odd-year-old, so it must be 40 years since I made them. Gosh, it was like going down memory lane. It was even little Wonder Woman costumes. That's my kind of fasting, sleeping. I wish I could sleep. I can't sleep at the minute. Kaz is so excited she needs the loo. I'm eating my dog biscuits. Oh, it's got crumbs. I got some stronger painkillers off the doctor, and I think that's what started off my stomach. Da da da. It's the girls coming back. I don't know where they've been. My great-granddaughter and two of her friends are here for the weekend. All three of them are like that. Skinny as a rake, all three of them. My leg is bigger than their waist. They're so tiny. Are all 16-year-olds that slim? I had it, Nathan. It didn't work with me. They wanted me to say why I was eating, and I kept saying because I like it. But why? It wasn't replacing anything. I wasn't depressed eating. I wasn't whatever. There was no reason. I was just eating because I liked eating. So it didn't work at all. I can't take ibuprofen for long. It gives me ulcers in my stomach here. The only time I've ever dropped weight was when I was anorexic, when I was going through the separation before my divorce. I couldn't eat. I was so strung up because I wanted him gone, and he wouldn't go, that I just didn't eat. I couldn't eat in front of him. I couldn't eat anything. I lost about 2 or 3 stone, which is quite a lot. Funny enough, my ex-husband started to fancy me when I was as skinny as a rake. But by that time, I'd well gone off him. You're bound to level out, Nathan, as long as you don't get your diabetes back. You know, that's the main thing. It's your health, isn't it, rather than the weight. I mean, this weight isn't helping me at all. I should lose more weight, not to look good, not to look great or anything. Just for my health's sake, I should lose some weight. I'm managing to maintain. I'm not losing any weight, sadly. But I am managing to hold my own, yeah. I wasn't worried my ex-husband would hate me. He was just controlling and he wouldn't go. You know, he had a girlfriend, so he had somewhere to go. But he still wouldn't go. There was a lady at church, well, 2 ladies at church that are really tall. Pomegranate green tea. That sounds revolting. If pomegranates are red, how can you get green tea? I like carrot juice. I'm going to have to start juicing carrots, but it makes such a mess of your juicer, doesn't it? And nobody sells just carrot juice on its own. And I love carrot juice on its own. The West Indians drink a lot of carrot juice. Well, at least you can reach things off the top shelf eating. I always have to ask people. Yeah, you can't drink too much of it because you start going a bit orange, don't you? But I never see a rabbit wearing glasses. Tropical Tetley tea. I don't like tea. I've tried green tea, peppermint tea, rosy tea, every kind of tea you want to mention, and I don't like tea. But you can't buy it in the shop here, ready done carrot juice. I bought carrot and orange from Marks and Spencer's. I mean, we've got a juicer, but oh God, when you do your own juicing, it takes you about an hour and a half to clean the juicer. Oh, that Sunny Delight. My friend's little boy liked that. But there was all these tales about it being no, we thought it was orange juice, but it wasn't, was it? It was something else. They were plugging it as being orange juice, weren't they, on the telly, and all the kids were wanting it. And every time we went to the supermarket, he was always asking me to buy him Sunny Delight, and then we found out what was actually in it. And then we didn't buy it for him anymore. We said he had to have ordinary orange juice instead. I don't drink a lot of juice because of the sugars with me being diabetic, but I do. If you feel healthy, Esther, and it's not affecting your health, then, I mean, I've heard of people who've had gastric bypasses and they've not been well since then. Because you can never eat normal, can you? After you've had a gastric bypass, you're on a permanent diet and you've got to take all these supplements and stuff because you can't eat enough vitamins and stuff. That's what put me off. That's why I said to him, I'm not having it done. People think of it as being a quick fix, don't they? You see them on this My £1,000 or £600 life, isn't it? You see them. It's not a quick fix at all. It brings with it an awful lot of problems. It's not a miracle cure. Yorkshire tea. I mean, it is more expensive than ordinary tea over here, the Yorkshire tea. But it isn't that, dear. It's in the supermarkets here. But it's the same, I mean, if we wanted anything that was America. No, I believe Yorkshire tea is quite strong. But I don't like tea, so I can't tell you for sure. You need to ask an English tea drinker to find out that, whether it's strong or not. I just have to smell tea and I feel sick. I drank tea. I was brought up with tea until I was pregnant with my son. And when I was pregnant with my son, it made me want to heave. So I thought, once I've had him, I'll go back to normal again, but I didn't. And I've never been able to drink tea. I've tried over the years to drink tea. I've thought, you're just being stupid now. Come on now, drink tea. But I don't even like to smell it before I even taste it. Oh, some of those flavors, oh God, some of them that taste of perfume, don't they, some of them? Some of these teas. I will drink a green tea in a Chinese restaurant, but I don't like the green tea you buy in the packets. I don't know why the Chinese green tea in the cafes. But I mean, I've bought several different varieties of green tea, and none of them taste like the green tea that you get in the cafe. I've not tried Japanese. I even bought a big packet of all different flavoured teas at one time. And I did try them, but I didn't like them. I know Z had a phase for drinking all different flavoured teas. So do a lot of people who make the videos in America. They're always swapping teas and sending teas to each other. And I know that Little Drops of Wonderful, she is always swapping different teas with people. So I finish up giving them all away because I don't like them. My daughter-in-law drinks chamomile. Oh my God, that is so disgusting. Because when my stomach's off, she keeps saying, oh, you should drink chamomile. Chamomile is, it's the devil's brew, isn't it, chamomile? Right, I need to ask the lady who I think is going to buy this jacket whether she wants longer sleeves or not. She didn't seem to know when she... An avocado seed. I don't know whether I've ever had Irish tea back in the past. I think it was just ordinary. I think my mother used to like Thai food tea, if I remember rightly. I think she always bought Thai food tea. But it was always loose tea when I was a kid. You never had tea bags when I was little. It was always loose tea in the teapot, brewed, and then you poured it through a sieve so that the tea leaves didn't go in your cup, yeah. But I don't think there was any such thing as tea bags when I was a kid. That's how old I am, no tea bags. Oh, I love Irish coffee. The cream doesn't love me, but I love it. It's like cream cakes. I love cream cakes, but I do suffer after I've eaten them. I think I'm allergic to dairy, but I won't give in. Tra-la-la, tra-la-la. My son used to love the banana splits. I love banana milkshakes. Banana milkshakes with ice cream float. Can't have them much though, but I do love a milkshake. You know the thick ones you used to get at McDonald's, was it? And you have to suck them up the big straw. I don't like weedy milkshakes. I like them really thick. Yeah, Coke with ice cream. It's lovely, isn't it? Coca-Cola with an ice cream float. Not had one of those for years. I'll have to try it. Probably wouldn't taste as nice now because it's years ago when I used to have one when I was a kid. Things you used to have when you were a kid and you thought they were gorgeous. Have you ever gone back to them and thought, oh my God, why did I really like that? My weakness is I daren't buy that sticky milk, you know. Oh, hello, I've got another. Hello, Trixie. Hello, Trixie. There's nobody here but me. Trixie. There's nobody here but me.
Trixie, come on.
I can remember the videos that came around about that time. About the milkshakes. I remember seeing a video with this very big girl. Oh, skim milk. It's like water in it, Nathan. Doesn't even colour your coffee. I'm on oat milk at the minute, but I can't say I like it. Ugh. Well, it's the same with me. I mean, I'm that darned old. It's the same when you buy these, you go to these shops and they're like vintage sweet shops and you think, oh, God, I used to love those, yeah. And then when you taste them, they're not nice. And you think, did I ever like these? Do they really taste like this? Oh, bye, Rebecca. I never worked too hard, Rebecca. That'll be Trixie going for her last wee. I'm not looking after him, I don't think, until about August, I think now. Kale Spanish. Oh my goodness, yeah. Cream soda was the best, actually. Cream soda with Spanish. Just like powdered sugar. I daren't eat it now, of course, with being diabetic, but it's just like powdered sugar, isn't it, really, kale? Coloured powdered sugar. But, you know, like I was brought up just after the war when everything was on ration. So anything that was like remotely sweet or remotely chocolatey, of course, it was a novelty. Because we didn't get it very often. I mean, it's not like kids today wandering around with a massive big bag of sweets in their hand. Like, that would have been like more than a month's supply. If you were lucky, you got 2 ounces, which, believe me, isn't a lot of sweets. 2 ounces. My mum used to give me cocoa and sugar when she didn't have money for sweeties or anything. She used to get a little paper bag, put some cocoa and sugar in it. Did your mum do that? Yeah. And that's sweet. Oh, I used to love that sweet and sticky milk. We used to call it conioni, condensed milk. We used to have that. Used to get a little spoonful of that. Oh, gorgeous. Now, I did used to like that in me tea. At the moment, Linda, I'm not thinking about it. I shall probably have to dash to my room before I go to bed, and about 3 times afterwards. This is why I'm not sleeping, because I'm going to sleep flat out, and then I wake up and think, I have to go to my room again. Yeah, Connie on it was lovely, wasn't it, Connie on it? I can still eat it by the spoonful, but of course I daren't now because it's all sugar. But I could still sit there with a spoon and eat a whole tin all to myself. We used to make fudge with it, I think. Was it fudge we used to make with it? Something we used to make with it. You're off to bed, Linda. Right. Good night, dear. Have a nice sleep. I hope I do. Well, I'm going to finish this round, and then I'm going to weigh up whether I need any more round it or whether I need any more on the sleeves. You use it to make cinder toffee. Cinder toffee's nice, isn't it? Yeah, we used to make homemade toffee sometimes. My mum would make it. But it was more like a fudge when she made it. Oh, good grief, Margaret. Can you send me some sunshine? I'm fed up. It was raining and thundering here today. I've been waiting with bated breath for this sun, this heat wave. It seems to be bypassing here. I don't think it's the wind off the sea that's keeping it away. Well, it's been here already today. It's been here yesterday and it's been here today. I hope I feel better soon, because I've got to go in the shed and sort out my stuff for this craft fair next Saturday. Get it packed up into bags ready. Get it all labelled with the prices on and stuff. Thundering again. I can hear it in the distance. It's 14 degrees C here. How wonderful. Hey, Daniel! Daniel in the house. Hello, Daniel. How are you doing, kid? Oh, you got okie dokie. I need to start my new ball. £30 C, it's 14 here. I wouldn't mind if it got a bit higher. I want 80, 90 degrees F, that is, not C. I want it to be really, really hot, so I can sit outside and bake. But sadly, it's not. You're on an amigurumi binge. Oh, I can't do toys to save my life, Nathan. Daniel. I don't crochet tight enough, so they don't have the consistency that they should have. One of my girls that goes to knit club in the evening, she makes some lovely ones, but she's such a tight crocheter. And they're solid, you know what I mean? They just stand up lovely when I try them. I just don't have that kind of tension. I've tried using smaller hooks, but I can't use them with my fingers. What kind of amigurumis are you making, Daniel? A crack? What's a kraken? I'm not with all these latest things, you know, all these latest things that are. I've just about got over the minions. I don't keep up with the. Oh, a giant squid. Be like Blue Cherub. She's been making octopuses and things, and I think Sian's been making them as well. I tried making one once. It didn't look like an octopus, and they're only supposed to be dead easy. But my curly tentacles didn't curl. Again, I think it's tension. I tried making those twirler things, you know, that you hang on your sheds and things, and they didn't twirl because I don't crochet them tight enough. So mine just go like that. Whereas they should go like that, really tizzy, dead tight. Pirates of the Caribbean. No, I don't mind Johnny Depp. I can't crochet on tiny hooks. Oh, thank you, my Greth. It's a very old dress, but you're a tight hooker. I'm not. I'm a slack one. I have to drop my hook size for everything I do. If it says a 550 hook, I always have to go for a 5. No matter what hook it says, I always downsize before I even try any tension. But I'm slack crocheter. I've tried tightening up and it doesn't work. That's why I could never crochet anything like, you know, the doilies and stuff with that fine cotton. I can't do it. Hello there, Melly. Hello. Yeah, I'm hoping to get this finished off. As I say, I think I've got a sale for this one. Praise be. I'll have to see tomorrow. But she did mention she'd like a pair of trousers, and I'm thinking, I hope you don't want them in these colours. Oh, I can't do blankets to save me soul. I get absolutely soul destruction going miles and miles and miles across a row. Hi, Ethan. I can make cardigans, sweaters, anything you name, but don't ask me to do a blanket, unless it's just a baby's pram blanket. There used to be some ladies that used to come to my afternoon knit club, and all they ever did were blankets. Yeah, I could never match anybody else's tension because I crochet a lot slacker than most people do. You know, when people ask me to show them how to do a stitch, I can show them that. I say, you'll have to undo my bit. And they go, why? I said, because my bit's so much taller and bigger than your bit. It'll look odd. Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la. Yeah, well, I'm a loose hooker. Yeah, my friend made me a bag one time and it had on, you know, she printed it on Jan the Happy Hooker, was it, or something? I thought, I'm not carrying that around. I had a t-shirt in pink with my name on it, Urban Gypsy Crochet, but I don't know what happened to it because I never wear t-shirts anyway. Oh, you're back, Lulu. Honestly, t-shirts are something I never wear. I think I own a couple somewhere, but they're just at the back of the wardrobe. They never get used. They come out occasionally. I've made cushion covers and finished up giving them away because woolly cushion covers get fluffed up. They just fluff up. I made 2 big granny square ones, and one was like a floor cushion. And my friend was moving into a flat, so she'd been living with her mum. So she didn't have a lot of stuff, so I gave her both of the cushions. I remember when I was first married, my aunt made me some cushion covers, and they were all like a great big flower. And I was very modernistic when I first got married. It was all the 60s and everything was like brown and orange. And these cushions just didn't go. Oh, with the t-shirt. I suppose I could, yeah, but I don't know what happened to it. I think I threw it away. And of course it was the 60s when I got married, and my ex-husband didn't like them, and I wasn't that keen on them, and I got rid of them. Now I would kill to have them back again. They were just like a zigzag cushions in round. They were beautiful. But they didn't go with my decor, so I was stupid, got rid of them. Right, I've stopped for the time being. I think it's going to need some work done on the sleeves. I think the sleeves are too short. But I don't think I need any more on the actual jacket itself. I'll have to see what she says. The lady who was interested in buying it, I have to see what she says. Whether she likes it left like that. As I say, she did mention trousers, but I don't think she'd want trousers like this. But you never know your luck, do you? As I said before, I want to try that one next. Not for myself, obviously. I meant for me craft show. I think it's got strings that snit at the back, but I don't like the coloured one. And that one, I only like it done in the one colour. So, bye Jennifer. They're very hard to display actually, but I'll see what I can do. I've finished crocheting for the night now. Not doing any more. I'll have to put it away for the time being. For the time being, I shall put it away. I don't know what I did with the bag. Oh, it's there. I love these bags with the sliders on the top. I have plenty of lovely project bags that I bought, you know, made out of fabric, but I can't see what's in them. So I prefer these see-through ones. And then I know exactly what I've got in what. I've only got 2 things on the go anyway at the moment. I've got this jacket and the virus shawl that I take everywhere with me when I don't need to concentrate. Yeah, I don't need to concentrate, that's fine. I have to put everything away in bags, otherwise the dog has them all around the garden. If you want to know what I'm using the Boho Spirit Signet, and it's Colour Festival. Instead of changing all the colours, that's what I'm using. Put the hook in and zipper it up. You can't beat these little zippery bags. As I said, I much prefer them to to the actual fabric. I've got loads of fabric bags. I've got 2 or 3. No, I've got more than that. I think I gave a couple away because I got fed up with them. But I bought a few of them off Etsy. They were beautifully well made, beautiful things. They're okay if you're going from A to B and taking it with you. Hello, how are you doing? Have you recovered from your COVID? Eh? Oh my goodness me. Look who's in the house. Look who's in the house. Are you poorly sick or are you better now, Trev? You're finally over it, are you? I've been asking about you, but everybody kept saying they haven't seen you. So you have been asked about, not by me just as well. Everybody else has been asking how you are, yeah? Well, if you will go catching COVID, I mean, come on, that was just careless, wasn't it? Are you back to making your videos again yet, Trev? I haven't seen any advertised, yeah? You ready to go sailing? Well, not sailing, barging. No videos yet, no. You're not up to that yet. Well, it's not like you have to put your face out there, is it? Because you never do that, do you? Unlike me, I just put the wrinkles and all out there anymore. Oh, have you never met Trev before? He's been poorly sick. He's not been on for ages. He got the dreaded COVID. Yeah, well, we're all missing you. People have been saying, has anybody heard from Trev? So you have been missed. You have been missed. At least if you weren't here, it's nice to know you were missed. Yeah. What are you doing at the moment? What are you into at the moment? I don't mean anything on... I meant craft-wise. What are you into at the moment, Trev? Are you still doing resin or are you doing something different now? I'm still doing my crochet and I'm very bored. I can't do anything else. I haven't got many strings to my bow. I'm just a boring old person who could only crochet and knit. Oh, you knitted on the centre? I've got an Addy. In fact, I've got 2. I've got the little one and the bigger one. They're in the shed at the minute. I've not had them out since I moved here. I usually use them to make up a load of hats, and I give away to, to charity or homeless or something. But I don't know what the local homeless is around here. There must be somewhere. Oh, Setter's got a video. We were just talking about it before, weren't we, when Z was on. We've got no shad tonight, have we? We must have gone fishing. Miguel was on briefly, Trev, before, but he's disappeared. I think he was doing some errands or something. I wish I could do something else, yeah. Yeah, I used to do them when I was in Manchester, but, there's more homeless places in Manchester. I suppose there is here, but I just don't know. Yeah, Trev, I know you haven't been on for a few weeks. Shad lost his little dog. He was very upset because he was very attached to Nibbler. And he's not been on as much since he lost his dog. He was a good age, though. I think he was about 14 or 15, wasn't he? But he was like Shad's constant companion, so he was upset when he lost him, yeah. We were just saying before, it's always sad when pets die. They die far too soon, don't they? They don't live long enough. They don't live long enough. Well, they are family. I mean, people said, oh, it's just a dog. You can always get another one. And I felt like choking them. When our Buster died and then our Poppy died after, I felt like choking them. It's like saying, oh, well, you lost your brother. You'll get another one, you know. No. I mean, Buster was 14, so we had him a long time. Gigi was only 8 when he passed away. Poppy was about 13, I think. So we've got 2 puppies now, so we'll see how we go with these 2. One's about 14 months and one's about 7, I think. So we shall see what we shall see. Yeah. I hope I get some sleep tonight. I fall asleep, that's not a problem. It's just that I wake up in the middle of the night. So, but just recently, like it's been my IBS that's been waking me up. And then I didn't get up till about 10 o'clock today because I did fall asleep after the alarm had gone off. Just when you should be getting up, I fall asleep. So I did have a couple of hours when I should have been getting up, if you know what I mean. And then I get mad because I've wasted half the day. But if you're sleeping, you've got to sleep, haven't you? Yeah. I have never really been anywhere with it, but I finished up at the walk-in centre on Tuesday because, oh my goodness, I thought this is not IBS, this is something far, far worse. You know, you're thinking ulcers, you're thinking all sorts of things because the pain was intense. But it was just my IBS, it was just a flare-up. So I'm on oats and I'm on oat milk and I've got to not have any wheat. I've got to have gluten-free bread or something while it all calms down. So the family all went out for a meal tonight, but I just said no. I mean, I love going out for a meal, don't get me wrong. I would have loved to have gone with them, but I thought, you're just pushing your luck, you know. You've not recovered from your bout this week. So, you know, the last thing you want to do is go out and have a big meal in a restaurant when you've been eating very little all week. You know, go out and have a blowout. Apparently it's like a bit of a buffet or something where they go to. So it would have been a waste of money because I'd have just been picking at little nibbles, you know, and having to pay the same price as somebody who had a plate full, yeah. My son would probably have made up for what I didn't eat, so he's a big eater. So, you know, my little nibbly plate he would probably have the overloaded one and gone back again. There used to be a Chinese restaurant in Manchester that was like that. I used to like going because I used to get little teeny bits on my plate of different, you know, meals to see what I liked. But I remember the last time we went, there was a man and a woman there, honestly. They should have been on £600 life. And they had plates like that. And they went back for another plateful. The waiters were giving them dirty looks because I think, my God, they've eaten twice as much as they should have done for the money. I know they keep telling me to make a food diary, but I've done that in the past, Melly, but it doesn't seem to be one thing that triggers. It can be one thing that triggers one week, and then the week after it's another thing that triggers. It's just something you have to learn to live with, I guess. But as I was saying about this Chinese buffet, I used to love trying. You know, you're always afraid when you're ordering from a Chinese takeaway that you're not going to like, you know, the big meal that you're ordering, yeah? So I like to go to these like buffets and just take like a spoonful of different ones. I'm the same with Chinese when we have a takeaway. My son will say, "Do you want it all?" And I'll say, "No, divide it into two because I have the other half the day after." There's always too much for me. They give you too much veggies, too much everything. I just couldn't eat it. Sometimes when we're ordering in, I'll just have soup and maybe a couple of spring rolls. As I was saying before, I don't know why I'm so big. It's because I eat little, but I eat all the wrong stuff. I eat loads of little things, but they've got lots of calories in. Yeah. Yeah, I like the Chinese buffets because you can just try one spring roll or one duck roll or a spoonful of this and a spoonful of that just to see if you like it. And then if you do like it, then you can go, to order it. You're going to like it when you order it as a meal, if you know what I mean. Because some that I won't have, like some are the spicy or if they've got nuts in or something like that, I won't eat them. I'm not allergic to nuts. I just don't like nuts at all. I bought some oat milk and my daughter was trying to tell me to get some almond milk, but I don't like nuts, so I don't know whether... She said, "Oh, it doesn't taste of almonds." I thought, well, why is it called almond milk then? She might not think it tastes of almonds, but if you don't like nuts, it probably does taste of almonds. To me, I'm really funny. I'm not allergic to nuts. I just don't like the texture. I don't like the taste. I used to go mad when he used to go to the ice cream man and he used to say, "No nuts," because he used to sprinkle nuts on top of your ice cream cone. I mean, now they don't. Now they don't put nuts on. Now they put like sprinkles or something. Or sauce, raspberry sauce. But in the old days, they used to put nuts on. Does it taste of nuts, though, Trev? Does it taste of nuts? Because I just got the oat milk because I was confused with all the ones that you could choose from. There's a million different kinds of non-dairy stuff, isn't there? It doesn't taste, we're all right then. Maybe I'll try it. My daughter-in-law was trying to convince me it tasted better than the oat milk because the oat milk's not that thrilling. I went all over the place trying to find Oatibix. Everybody has Weetabix, but there's no Oatibix. I finished up having to order it off Amazon, would you believe, because I've been to the supermarkets and nobody has Oatibix. My local supermarket when I lived in Manchester used to have it because that's what I used to buy. But here we just get Weetabix. But I've been told to leave off wheat. Yeah. Oh, that's nice of him, isn't he? That was like my dad. My dad was always pay for everything. Every time we went for a meal, he would insist that he paid, yeah. It's, he was like that. His wallet was always out, my dad. He was always very generous. He was always the first one to get around him, the first one to buy you something. He was definitely not, and he wasn't, well, towards the end, we did have a little bit of money, but we were never rich. But I think it's because when we were young, he never had anything. And when he was young, he had nothing. And when we kids were small, he had nothing. So I think when he did get a little bit of money in his wallet, I think it was his way of making up. Because when we was kids, we didn't have anything. We had to save up for everything we bought. Second-hand furniture, second-hand clothes, you know what I mean? Hand-me-downs. Never had a new bike or anything like that. So I think once he got a tiny little bit of money in his wallet, he liked to, treat us as kids, buy us something. But we were grown up like by the time he got some money. And, he I suppose it was what he would have liked to have done when we were small, But he was very, very handy. He could mend anything and do anything. If we got a hand-me-down bike, he would make sure it was all tip-top. The brakes were all done and he'd paint it and do everything, And he made me my doll's house when I was little. See, that's another project I've got to do. Yeah, the Chinese. I still come in. I come in a plastic bag now. Yeah, they used to come in a brown paper bag because they used to be in cartons, didn't they? And they always used to leak on the way home. I know if I went to the Chinese on my way home, I used to always have to put a plastic bag like in the footwell and put the Chinese dinner like in the footwell because it would be dripping. The gravy would be dripping out of it. Nowadays, they deliver everything in plastic. Everything's in plastic. Plastic containers, plastic everything. See, when you get fish and chips, they're in polystyrene now, aren't they? Mind, one of our chippies does use like cardboard, but it means you've got like a greasy cardboard because the fish and the chips have soaked through. But it's greasy cardboard at the bottom. We never get them like they do in America, do we? Oh, can you not see me wrinkles? Oh, God, look at that. I'm getting terrible wrinkles, Trev. What was I going to say? We used to get fish and chips in newspaper, didn't we? All wrapped up in newspaper. Tasted much better than this polystyrene junk we come in now these days. Why does it remind you of him? Yeah. All right, Melly. Can you not plug it in? Can you not got your charger? My charger's at the side of my bed, so I have to charge everything up there. Yeah. I have to decide whether to plug my iPad. Not my iPad. I haven't got an iPad. My chippy in Presswich, which I miss, used to cook everything in lard. Yeah. You had to ask if you wanted it in vegetable oil, and you used to have to cook them in the back. But he'd cooked everything in lard. I mean, the chips here, he's supposed to be a good chippy here, but he's not a patch on the chippy that I had in Presswich. He won an award for one of the best chippies in the UK. Yeah. Yeah, I've only got a little fire tablet thing. My son keeps trying to get me to upgrade because I've got this big TV here. It's like that, a big TV screen, and I've got a tower. And he keeps telling me, oh, you're out of date, you need to get a laptop and stuff like that. They're little, aren't they, laptops? I don't think I could cope with that little flat scrolly thing and little teeny weeny keyboard. I've got fat fingers and they press about 2 or 3 keys down at once. I'm terrible on my phone. Predictive text. Oh, fish and chips. You have to be careful where you go. Now, I love Chinese food and I love Chinese takeaway, but they cannot make fish and chips. Never go to a Chinese chippy for fish and chips because they make them rubbish. I don't know what they do with the batter on the fish, but it's not crispy. It's soggy. It's horrible. And they make them in advance and stick them in the warmer. I mean, I used to go to one chip shop and I used to say to him, can you put it in the chip pan? Well, it's cooked. I said, no, just put it in the chip pan, can you, and crisp it up. I said, I don't like soggy batter. I wish I could see more of the UK. I've missed out so much. I never visited places when I was younger. And now, of course, I can't do it the same. It's so much of an excursion for me to go anywhere these days. Because I'd have to make sure if I went anywhere that the hotel would accommodate me being, lifts and stuff like that. And, that the place I was going to wasn't up steps, down. Places like Whitby, they're all steps and slopes. Places like St Ives are all slopes and cobbles. And I just couldn't do them anymore. So I'm always sad I didn't do them when I was fitter and more able, you know. And now, of course, I can't, well, I won't go abroad at the minute because I've no passport. And there's no way I'm going to queue in an airport for 5 hours or whatever. I'm still wearing my wealth bracelet. It's not brought me any luck yet so far, Enid. Funnily enough, I've never wanted to go to America. My friend loves it in America. She would go back at the drop of a hat, only for a visit, not to live. But I've just never had a yearning to go there. It's funny, isn't it? I like Spain and France and places like that, but I've never wanted to go to America. I know my son likes it in America. I've been to Norfolk once, only a long time ago. Went to the Norfolk Broads on one of the boats. Mind, I wasn't even married then. That's how long ago it was. But I've got a friend who goes there every year, sometimes twice a year. She and her family hire a boat and go boating for a week every year. I'm all right with these, but I've got fatter wrists, so they're on that stretchy elastic stuff. So they dig in me. I should put it on my left wrist, actually, because I can't use my mouse. And I've got this on. I'll put it on my other wrist. When I use my mouse, it gets in the way. Oh, I meant for towns. I like towns. I'd love to live somewhere like Brighton or St Ives or somewhere thronging with people type of thing. It's too quiet for me here. Very quiet here. Got the seaside, but it's just not the same. I like scenery. I like trees and grass, rivers. Here it's just concrete and sea. There's no kind of, what do you call scenery? You know, there's no like fishermen's cottages or anything like that you imagine by the sea. Oh, Potter Heigham, I remember that damn bridge. It's a very, very low bridge at Potter Heigham. And you have to get somebody to take you through and you have to like crouch down, otherwise you bang your head. Some boats won't fit through it. It's just a very small bridge. Yeah. Yeah, we had to get a pilot to take us through. We walked round. Got back on the boat the other side. He tipped us all off it and went through on his own. Oh, God, be careful what you wish for, Melly. I wanted to come to the seaside and it's too quiet. It's much too quiet. I've lived in a town. All my life I've lived in a town. For 75 years I've lived in a town. And it's a culture shock living somewhere quiet. It just is. I mean, where I lived before was quite quietish for a town. But no, I didn't get traffic back here. But I mean, I was in town. I was like just away. I never heard the noise from the traffic, but it's too quiet here. You know, you can hear a pin drop outside. It's just too quiet. The only noise there is those damn seagulls. No, it depends on what you're used to, Chris. I've been a townie. You know, I miss the big city. I miss the shops. I miss the cafes. You know, you could go to Manchester for the day and you could spend all day and not see a quarter of it. You know, there was shop upon shops, there was cafes, there was all sorts of things. Every shop you could mention was there in Manchester. It was just, I'm trying to come to terms with it, Nathan, because I know we won't move. But I think if I'd have thought it through better, I don't think I would have come. I think I would have stayed where I was. It's just, Nobody passes by. There's nobody to speak to. There's nobody. Even when you go up and sit on the seafront, nobody speaks to you. They say hello as they pass by, but they don't talk to you. I mean, I've joined 2 singing groups at the moment just to try to make some friends, you know. You just had a coughing fit. I hope you crossed your legs, dear, because it always has a nasty effect when I have a coughing fit. I wouldn't like to live in London. That is too busy for me. I mean, I wouldn't like to live in actual Manchester town centre, but it's just nice to live outside of it. I was about 2 or 3 miles away from the town centre of Manchester. But it was just so easy. I could pop on a tram and go down for the day. Spend the day shopping or just sitting and people watching or doing whatever and coming back again. But here there's just like nowhere. And please don't mention Blackpool. The Las Vegas of the North. It's a dirty hole. I miss my decking. If you remember my videos, my back decking, my view of the church, the little birds that used to live in the hedge that used to tweet and Twitter at me. I miss all of that. All we get here is damn seagulls. They're nice when you're on holiday, but they're not when you hear them every day. Not far from I know we're too bloody near to Blackpool, I'll tell you. I've only been twice. We've been here 16 months. I've been through it a few more times because I had to go to the hospital. But I've only actually been to Blackpool itself twice. And then I was, panhandlers in every door or in the sleeping bags, sleeping in shop doorways. There's some scummy people. My son says I'm a snob. Maybe I am a snob, maybe. But Blackpool does not appeal. Bingo halls, whatever you want to call it. Tacky pubs, amusement arcades. Not my scene at all. Not at all. They have got some nice shops there. They've got a Marks and Spencer's and I believe they've got a Primark, but I don't go in there. Oh, Ian loves it here. Absolutely adores it. But they've got a car and they've got each other. I've got my scooter. We were going to go to Scotland, actually, but I vetoed that. I said, no, I don't want to go to Scotland. It's a bit too out of the way. We talked about going to Wales, but I mean, Wales is a bit downtrodden, isn't it? Places like Rhyl and that. Rhyl used to be lovely. Used to be gorgeous in Rhyl, but now I believe it's really shabby. Everywhere's shabby. Is it just me? I think I would like to be in a village like Miss Marple. St Mary Mead. The little corner shop and whatever. Village green and everybody knowing everybody, I think that's where I would have liked to have been. Miss Marple. I like seaside villages with character. When they've got fishermen's cottages and they've got headlands and rocks and stuff to see things, I don't like about 5 miles of concrete, which is what we've got on the seafront. We've got a great big walkway that goes from Fleetwood down to Blackpool, and it's just concrete. And the way and the river, the sea coming in and out, in and out, in and out. There's nothing to see. Nothing to see. All you can see is waves. Occasionally, you might see a fishing boat. Occasionally, you'll see kiddies paddling. But there's no something to catch your eye, what I mean? Like if you live in somewhere like St Ives, I mean, I couldn't do because it's all hills. St Ives, you know, like Whitby, places like that where there's kind of a seaside little villagey town. I love St Ives, but I can't go there now because it's too hilly. But they've still got the fishermen cottages, they've still got everything, they've got the artists, they've got people who paint and do things. Here, there's nothing. Nobody's arty crafty, nobody's nothing. You never see anything. You know. I think the beach is nice for a holiday, but not to live. I would like to see villages. I'll come and sit on your boat for an hour. I would if I had a car. I like scenery. I like interesting things. You know, nice buildings, nice some anything, you know, just not concrete and sea. They've got no real historic buildings here. They've nothing with character. It's yeah, we're willing to risk them. I'll be the one who got murdered in a small village. Yeah. I used to be able to sit at my front door and nobody thought it was strange. But here they would think I was weird. It is. It's all been... I don't know what it used to look like before, Nathan, but because the sea came over and breached the defences, so now they've had to build this massive big sea wall. So this is why I can't see the sea, because where I lived was flooded before the sea defences. It used to come straight over the top. So they built these great big concrete sea defences, which is quite to keep us all safe. We don't get wet, we don't get anything, but we don't, you know, if I look out the window and look towards the sea, all I can see is a big concrete seawall. And that's all I can see is concrete. Highly thrilling. And if I go to Fleetwood, there is nothing on the seawall between here and Fleetwood, which is about 4 miles. Going down on the scooter, going down on concrete. Nothing at all on this side except a seawall. Nothing at all on that side except sea. No cafes, no anything. No nothing. And I'm going along, getting bored out of my tree, thinking, I wish I could see a tree. Wish I could see something, a bit of character, you know, instead of concrete. You know? It's like the concrete 4 mile. It's a little bit better when you get towards Fleetwood because there's a couple of cafes. And then you get to the marine hall and the baths, the swimming baths and whatever you got. But we're at the wrong end. We're at this end, you know. At least if I go to Cleveland's, is it not the seafront here? No. It's as quiet as a mouse here. Dog walkers, cyclists, them damn scooters, them electric scooters that nearly run me over. It's busier if you go to Cleveland's and it's a nice day. It's busy right at the top of Fleetwood if it's a nice day. But where we are at the moment, it's not touristy. I mean, it's like 15 minutes to the nearest cafe. Down the concrete front. Our beaches here have got sea defences on them. So they've got big pebbles to stop the waves coming up over the top. So I can't actually get onto the beach at all. If I went further up to Fleetwood, I could hire a wheelchair that's meant for the beach. But what's the point if I'm on my own? Just to go on the beach and sit there on my own. It's not quite the same, is it? You know what I mean? Yeah, he does. And he keeps saying, oh, well, you know, if we move, we don't know where we're going to move. But the problem is I sunk all my money into this house. So if we moved or I moved, I wouldn't get a place with my money anymore. If we divided this place in half, neither of us would get a proper house, if you know what I mean, for the money. And there's no way I'm going in an old folks complex. There's no way under this sun. Somebody said to me, oh, you could go in one of those warden control places. I'm like, up yours. I might be 76, but I am not ready for that. A communal room with a telly on and a game of bingo. Up yours, mate. Up yours. I'd commit Harry Carey first. Honestly, I would. It would drive me bonkers. I mean, I went to a place. It was like a bit of a woman's institute place. And they were all kind of my age, but they were old women. And I'm like sitting there thinking, I'm an oddity here. I might be their chronological age, but my God, they are so old. And it was driving me bonkers just sitting amongst them all. I thought, God, you're like one foot in the grave. Yeah. Oh, God, yeah, the urine fashion. Yeah, I couldn't live in one of them places, could I, the devil? No. I couldn't live in one old folks' place. People say, oh, you have your own little flat, you're independent and that. And I'm like, no. My body's over the hill, Nathan, but my mind's still about 25. This is my problem. I'm thinking all the time of things, what I want to do, things I want to go, places I want to do, and my body won't let me, and it is so frustrating. You know, it's just, if I could accept my limitations, I would be better, but I can't. I just feel so young in my head, so full of ideas in my head, and my body just lets me down, and it's just so frustrating. I get up in the morning, I think, why do this, do that, do the other. My body went, you ain't got to do that. No, you know. It takes me days to do a task that used to take me about an hour. Yeah. If I could accept it, if I could like, oh, it's telling me I've got 38, but I've got 35 thumbs up, so that's good. Yeah, if I could accept myself as I am, but I can't. I'm the one who looks in the mirror and thinks, sugar, who's that old woman? Then you think, it's you. The person in the mirror is not the person I see in my head. You know, I mean, I don't want to go around dressed as mutton, dressed as lamb and try to think I'm 25 again or something like that. But in my mind, I'm just so young and, you know, I'm not ready for crochet blankets for charity. I'm just not, you know. I mean, I'm stopping going to the one in the knit club in the afternoon because they're just getting on my nerves. Half of them can't knit or crochet. And one of the ones who can't knit or crochet has never made a thing in the 16 months I've been going there. She starts saying, oh, we can have a stall and we can sell some things and all that. And then the next breath, she says, but I can't do it. And I'm like, well, don't look at me because I'm not doing it either. And there's just, we could make teddy bears and we could make this. And I'm like, really? Oh, really? Can you make a teddy bear? Or we can make granny squares and we could all join them together and make a blanket. Can you make a granny square? No, well, don't look at me. So I'm just not going back. I've had enough of her daft ideas. I don't want to feel old either, Kaz. I really don't. I mean, this last week, it's really hit me for 6 because I haven't been well. I haven't been able to go out because I've needed to be close to my little room. You know what I mean? And so I'm scared to go out on my scooter in case I need to go when I'm out, and I can't go when I'm out. So I've been stuck in, really. It's been bugging me. Oh, we shall see what we shall see. We'll see what this craft fair brings next Saturday. Oh my God, what was that? Somebody sent me a message. Oh, the crochet crowd. Why won't you open? Open. Sesame. Open sesame. Oh, that looks nice, Trev. Yeah, I can just see me sit at the front of that with my crochet. You weren't so far away. I'd be down. But I'm too far away, so you're safe. I love boats. I've been going to Affinity or Freeport, whatever it's called, because they've got yachts in the boat. I think if you look on Instagram, I've put pictures of these yachts. None of them were sailing, unfortunately. There were nobody on them. They were all just parked up or moored up, whatever you want to call it. But I sat there on my scooter and I did my crocheting, and it was gorgeous. It was the one sunny day. It was a beautiful sunny day. Sun was warming me back, and I'm sitting there looking at the yachts and thinking, I'd rather live here. Please, can I have a house near here? So that's where, anyway, I'm going on Tuesday. I'm supposed to be singing with the singing group on Tuesday. I can't sing for Toffee, but hey ho. I can always mime. I love yachts. I love sailing. I can't crew for captain for my life, but I can crew. I can crew. I know when to bend down, you know, when the boom's going over. I know when to do that. And I've never been seasick in my life. The only time I felt queasy was once on the ferry, but it does the barrel roll, the ferry, because it's got a flat bottom, and even hardened sailors can be sick on a ferry. But no, I love it even when it's tipped right over like that, and the sails nearly on the floor. I love it. The bloke across the road's got a boat. His wife doesn't go on it, you know. I should bat my eyes at him, shouldn't I? Say, can I be crew? Can I be crew? Can I come with you one day? I promise I'll wear my rubber shoes so I don't put a mark on your lovely boat. Yeah. No, I said to his wife, do you go? Are you crew? And she went, oh, no, never. She'd never get me on there. He keeps waving at me. I keep waving back. I don't want him. I just want to go on his boat. Not a marriage breaker. I don't want him as, you know, I don't want to pinch your husband. I just want to pinch his yacht. But only as a passenger, really. Crew if I have to be, but passenger were better. I was watching Jane McDonald. She was cruising down the Danube and all places like that. And I'm like, oh, if I had money, I'd go on, I'd go there. When the boat's rocking, don't come knocking. Yeah, she has. Well, she doesn't have the money, does she? She does it for the telly. But, you know, she gets to stay in these really palatial, you know, I'd be in a little cabin, you know, like down below somewhere with a little bunk bed, you know. But she stays in these big cabins, you know, with absolutely massive beds and bathrooms and everything. But like, because she's on the TV, they'll show her the best one. She'll be in the suites. You know, I'd be down below with the crew, like, you know. You know, the little teeny weeny cabin with a portal below the waterline. I could never afford a proper cruise. I know when I win the lottery, I keep saying to my niece, round the world cruise, round the world cruise. She keeps saying, yeah, I'll come with you. I'll come with you. Don't forget. I said, I won't. Oh, I tell you, if I had money, I'd be off. I wouldn't stay here. I'd be off, everywhere, anywhere, everywhere. If I had the money to just get a taxi here, to get on the train, and get a taxi to where I was going, and stay in a luxury hotel with the heated pool and a jacuzzi and all that. Oh, you wouldn't see me for dust. I'd be off. You'd be getting little pictures on Instagram saying, I'm here in Naples, I'm here in Rome. No, I wouldn't spend my money on a big car. I wouldn't spend my money on a big house. I would just see the world before I die. Oh, gosh, I would love to go on a... It's on my bucket list to go on a cruise. But at the moment, I can only afford a ferry across the Mersey, You know what it's like when you're on the pension, you just don't get any money to save. Especially when I'm still paying off for that blinking mobility scooter thing. Oh. When a boat goes down, it goes down, yeah. I know. There was a bloke on one of the cruises my mum and dad went on. And my mum and dad said he looked the scruffiest bloke on the boat, And she said to the waiter, she said, oh, can he afford it? And she said he never goes home. He just goes from one cruise to another cruise. He doesn't even have a home. He doesn't have a house, he just lives on boats and just goes everywhere on a boat. And yet my mum said he looked a right scruffy beggar. But that was all he did. He just cruised everywhere. I mean, what put me off cruising was all this COVID nonsense when people were stuck on boats forever and stuff. But I mean, it's all gone over now. But even if I had the money, I wouldn't want to fly at the moment because Manchester Airport, I'm not standing 8 hours in a flipping queue. I mean, it's ridiculous. They've not got the staff or anything, have they? It tickles me how people who are born in Jamaica and Barbados and that, how few of them can actually swim. I'm not a good swimmer, but I still would go I still would go on a line or whatever. Well, it's your turn. If you've got to go, you've got to go. It doesn't matter if you can swim or not. If your boat's going to go down in the middle of the ocean, it doesn't give you much chance, does it, of swimming? Unless you're an Olympic swimmer. You'd never get to shore, would you? You might be able to stay afloat long enough for somebody to rescue you, but that's about it. I can't swim in the sea. I've never been able to swim in the sea. I don't know what it is about swimming in the sea, but I can't do it. But since I had my back operation, I've lost the centre of balance and I can't swim as good as I used to, yeah. Jack and Rose. Man, wouldn't want to swim in a canal. You never know what's in there, do you? Probably all shopping trolleys and all sorts. I can't float. I just cannot float. Never been able to, not even from a kid. I can only float if I've got like a rubber ring or armbands, yeah. I'm like a big kid, can't float. £5 for an hour swimming. gosh. Can you not get, I got a thing from my GP. They used to call it beats. Your GP can refer you if he thinks it's something that you need for your back or something like that. And you get like cut price to go in the swimming baths. I'm just looking if I've won the lottery. They've let me know. Have I got a video? Not a video, an email? No, I have not got an email telling me I've won on the lottery. So that's the cruise gone for a start off, isn't it? I'll wait and see how many pornographic comments I get on my video. Every time I do a live, I get these porno blooming links. I just have to keep deleting them and reporting them. I wish YouTube would keep a better grip on them. Yeah, I didn't pay anything. Mainly I got old age pensioners commission, didn't I? So it's like a half price with concessionary rates. But they don't do any concessions because you're not working, Nathan. You know. I suppose it depends on what benefit you're on, doesn't it, really? I think it's more than an hour at least swimming baths. I don't know, I've not been. My daughter-in-law goes, but she goes to aquarobics. I don't think she goes actual swimming, yeah. I don't think they call it a UB40 anymore now. Yeah, I keep reporting it, saying it's pornographic spam and that, and they don't do anything about it. I'm sure they pinch people's identities. Why do, they're always in a foreign language, aren't they? But you know what they are. Even though I can't understand what they're actually saying, I'll get the gist of it. We're talking about the spam things, the awful comments that I get on live videos. They're not aimed at me, they're just links like to pornographic sites. And even though I keep reporting them, they just keep coming. But you just don't want other people to read them, It's bad enough me having to read them. I mean, I was actually considering putting my comments on a hold. You used to be able to hold them and, just publish the ones you want to, you used to hold your comments for review. That was what it was. I don't know whether you can still do that or not. So in other words, I can read the emails, and then if I like them, I just say, yes, they can be published on the YouTube. So then they would appear. And that means that I could just block all the ones that just were, complete and utter. It's not me, they don't bother me particularly, but I just don't want other people having to read them. Other people saying, do you realise there's like pornographic links on your sites? I don't want pornographic links on my site, do I? Heck, I think I am. I've not done that when I was swimming. No, not done that. I've linked a man that I thought was my ex-husband at the time. I started talking to him in a shop window. He was looking in the shop window, and I thought it was me other half looking in the shop window. And I put my arm through his and said, oh, what are you thinking of buying and all that? And then I looked at him and thought, shit, it's not my husband. He must have thought she's a bit forward, linking me up, asking me what I'm going to buy her. Yeah. There's me saying, what are you thinking of buying me for this bloke? I hope his wife wasn't around. And I clobbered a kid once in Marks and Spencer's. My son was about 2, and he was running around and he was spinning around the pillars that they used to have in Marks and Spencer's in Manchester. And he banged into a lady with her basket, and she shot me a dirty look. So I told him off and I said, you do that once more and you're going to get a smack. Then out the corner of my eye, I saw this kid spinning round this post. So I said, I've told you about that. And he got a clip. Then I realised it wasn't my son. It was a complete strange little boy. Luckily, his mum saw the funny side of it and she said, how am I going to do that if you hadn't have done it? And I'm like, oh, could have got done for child abuse. For giving this kid a clip round the ear. It wasn't my kid. But he was dressed in shorts and a little Aran sweater just like mine was. Because when we used to go out, I used to have a little Aran cardigan. And whenever we went to Manchester or whatever, I always used to put him in this Aran cardigan because he wouldn't wear a coat. And this little boy was the same, dressed in little shorts and this Aran cardigan. So I just thought it was mine. Ooh. But I only used to give my kid one warning and then he got a clip. Not a bad one. Never been